Technically, she wasn't alone, but her previous owner was already elderly and couldn't take care of her apart from sending oats down the chute for her. She most likely had not seen any other people or animals for the past 17 years, especially since she was relegated to the basement of the barn where she lived. Eventually, the folks at Rosemary Farm Sanctuary made plans to rescue Gidget from her sad and lonely life. Gidget was already 29 at that time, and she needed to live in a place where she would be loved and provided for. Johnel and the other staff were worried about how Gidget was going to fit in at the sanctuary. All their worries were unfounded because as soon as Gidget arrived, her eyes lit up and she galloped across the green fields. Janelle had no idea who'd become Gidget's friend eventually. Will anyone step up and become her friend? It was the most unlikely friendship, but somehow the two of them chose each other to love. Peggy came from the Humane Society from its previous owner, who just kept her inside a small stall. The two of them had stalls next to each other at Mockingbird Farm Sanctuary. Whenever they left their stalls, they would touch each other's noses. It was as if Peggy was reassuring Gidget that it was good to live at the sanctuary and she couldn't have asked for a better life. They'd run and run until they got too tired. Gidget could have run nonstop if she had been younger, but she wasn't. She just watched Peggy run around in circles around her. Even when getting medical shots, they were not spared. They would be touching nose to nose throughout the entire time. Before Gidget passed away, they were able to celebrate her 30th birthday. It was a wonderful celebration for Gidget, despite this heartbreaking news. It may only have been a year with them, but it was a year full of love and acceptance. Janelle made sure that they showed Peggy that Gidget had passed away. Peggy and Gidget had such a special friendship and bond with each other. It was important that Peggy knew what had happened. Peggy would stay in front of Gidget's closed stall and wait for her to come out. It was a heartbreaking scene. Janelle and the sanctuary had no regrets, though. They were thankful that they were able to give Gidget so much love and care in her final year of life.